The Other Eves, Drunken Revelations and Prehistoric Catfights. A story of Rick, Blitz, and Lulu, Morning Star, learning. That history is just a long list of dumb decisions. It was one of those nights. You know the kind where the liquor's flowing like Satan's bathwater, someone's missing a shoe, and reality itself is slowly becoming optional. Rick, Blitz, and Lulu Morningstar were deep into their 12th round of drinks in some questionable hell bar, the kind of place where the neon sign just flickered between bar and BR, and you weren't sure if you'd wake up hungover or legally married to a goat demon. Blitz slammed his glass down. All right, enough about the atoms. I get it. Every first man was just a different breed of dumbass. But what about the Eves? Rick squinted at him, swirling his drink. Oh, buddy, you really want to go down that rabbit hole? 'Cause let me tell you, they weren't much better. Lulu, already halfway off her chair, perked up. Wait. What do you mean the first women? Wasn't there just like one Eve? Rick let out the kind of laugh that made angels cry. Pfft, one Eve? Oh, honey, there were entire failed batches. They made more versions of her than they did the iPhone. Blitz blinked. So what? There was like a cave woman Eve or something? Rick grinned. Oh, there was a cave woman Eve, all right, and cave woman Lilith. Lulu gasped. There were multiple Liliths? Rick took a long, dramatic sip of his drink. Oh, yeah, and let me tell you, each one was worse than the last. The chronicles of screw-up Eves and Liliths, one fish Eve and fish Lilith. Back in the primordial soup days, heaven tried to speed-run evolution. Fish Adam flopped on land, and heaven was like, oh, cool, we're onto something. So they made fish Eve, and then came fish Lilith. Blitz snorted. Oh, no. Rick smirked. Oh, yes. Fish Lilith immediately tried to become a sea goddess and declared war on everything that wasn't her. Fish Eve, meanwhile, kept swimming into rocks because she was too dumb to understand walls. Lulu wheezed. What? Oh, and did I mention Fish Eve tried to lay eggs in Fish Adam's eyeball? Blitz nearly spit out his drink. That's not how that works. Rick shrugged. Tell her that. God scrapped them both. 2. Cave woman Eve and Lilith. So fast forward a few million years, Cave Adam happens. Big dumb hairy dude, classic grunting, all that jazz. Then came Cave Eve. Lulu tilted her head. She was normal? Rick sighed. She tried to be, but then Cave Lilith showed up. Blitz raised a brow. What did she do? Rick took a deep breath. She convinced Cave Eve that mammoths were just big furry fruit. Lulu spit out her drink. What? Oh yeah, tried to eat one. Blitz nearly fell off his stool. Wait, did Cave Lilith actually believe it, or was she just an asshole? Rick grinned. Yes. Blitz wheezed. The third Marvel Civil War of Eves and Liliths. So heaven keeps failing at making a proper first woman, right? So one day, some genius up there goes, hey, what if we just throw them all together? Blitz paled. No, they didn't. Rick grinned. Oh, they did. Lulu leaned forward. What happened? Rick spread his arms. Battle Royale. Blitz nearly fell over. No. Yes, Rick howled. They just yeeted every single version of Eve and Lilith into one spot, and within 5 minutes it was like a biblical WWE match. Lulu's jaw dropped. What did they even fight over? Rick smirked. Who was the real one? Blitz cackled. They really just went, there can only be one Highlander style? Damn right. Rick slammed his drink down. Fish Eve tried to bite Neanderthal Eve's ankles off. Cave woman Eve was throwing rocks at Australopithecus Lilith, and somehow a pterodactyl got involved. Lulu held her head. This is too much. Rick leaned in. You want to know who won? Lulu and Blitz nodded aggressively. Rick smirked. Nobody. Blitz frowned. Huh? Yeah, they all wiped each other out. Every single one of them got into a murder-suicide chain reaction. It was so bad, heaven didn't try again for another 100,000 years. Lulu was cry-laughing. So you're telling me the entire fate of the human race was almost ruined because the first women were that bad at existing? Rick threw his arms up. Exactly. Blitz wiped a tear. Holy shit, this is the best thing I've ever heard. Lulu leaned back, still giggling. I feel like I need to apologize to humanity on behalf of demonkind. We had no idea it was this bad. Rick grinned. And now you do. So drink up, kid, 'cause history, it only gets dumber from here. And with that, the three of them cheered, drank, and laughed. Because if there was one universal truth, it was this. God's first drafts were absolute disasters. The end.